All right, let's go to our next segment, and that is our Just for Fun segment. And so on this segment, we're going with superlatives slash awards. Since it's the end of the season and everything's done over and done with, what are your superlatives or awards for each of these teams? We're going to start with Jesse and Arkansas. What is your award or superlative for them?
So I'm going to give Arkansas the Kris Jenner Award, and it is known as the "You're Doing Great, Sweetie" award.
Okay,
that's
like
what
that.
Arkansas. They're doing great. You're gonna get there. So they're getting the Kris Jenner Award.
Okay, Auburn. Yes.
I write these down because if you're watching, we have like a doc where we can see each other writing. I write them here. Auburn is getting the award for those that don't play so good but want to do other stuff good too. That's what they're getting.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
It's exactly what I would expect you to pick for them, honestly.
I would have given him the Amateur Hour Award if I was doing Auburn, but you
the Derek Zoolander Award.
Yeah.
For those that don't play so good but want to do other stuff good too.
That's right. All right, Florida. What is theirs?
This is your coach is a douche award. That's
wow.
I tried to come up with something nice and I couldn't. So it was either the Jorts Award or like your coach.
We just lost every Florida fan on the podcast. They just said,
I just lost all my Florida friends. All my Florida friends.
Hate to see what that trophy looks like, by the way. But
yeah, no.
All right, and Kentucky.
Do they even go here award? I tried really, because you guys know, I think Kentucky's sweet, but like I tried to come up with something, but there wasn't anything this season that I was like, that's so Kentucky.
Right.
I couldn't think of anything. I was like, I don't really know. There was nothing like, whoa, or nothing like, ooh.
Right. All right. So without making us vomit, what is your pick for Bama?
The GOAT Award.
Hey.
Yeah.
I mean, statistically, I can't argue with you. So there you go.
You really can't.
All time.
You really can't.
Which we haven't mentioned, or you may have mentioned it before. Yeah, I think you did mention the number 7, but that passed. He surpassed Bear Bryant for the most.
He did. He surpassed Bear. Tied him for the amount at Bama, but surpassed him as far as number of national championships.
Number total, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Because he has one at LSU. I know we don't like to talk about it either. It's fine.
That's the one that we don't talk about. That didn't happen. All right, Matt, LSU. What do you got for them?
All right. So for LSU, I gave them the "Oh no, baby, what is you doing?" award. Because I mean, let's be honest, you couldn't have had a worse start than they had, and just trouble all year. And for a defending national champion, I can't remember the last time we saw a defending national champion look that, and I hate to use the term ragged, but let's be honest.
So we're going to say ratchet.
I was not going to go there. I wasn't going to go there. So yeah, LSU kind of looked.
I mean, he's over here saying sus and stuff already. So
I know. I figured that was what's coming.
Yeah. Alabama's going to get the bougie as heck award. Yeah. So yeah, LSU got the.
So there ain't nothing bougie about that school.
You're not wrong. I've driven through it.
And they all have COVID right now, I'm sure, because if you didn't see the streets.
Oh, I did. Well, I didn't see it. I heard about it.
I'm sure.
Not a mask in sight. So I hope they give all the students the next 2 weeks off to quarantine because it may be necessary. Not going to say I wouldn't have done the same thing. I did the same thing when I was in school. There just wasn't a pandemic happening. So I can't judge too harshly.
Although all that whiskey kills the COVID, right? So
exactly.
I guess so. Morgan Wallen didn't get COVID after he was there, so it must.
All right, moving on to Mississippi State. What do you got?
Mississippi State, we are giving them the "please don't pay attention to my comments after a fight" award, because I really think that whole situation overshadowed that game for Mississippi State. And Mississippi State did not have a great season. Mike Leach's first season in the SEC was a little rough. And I feel like that's kind of the whole smash this year with at Mississippi State was that brawl at the end with, was it Tulsa? Was it who
Yeah.
they were fighting with?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just not the optics on that are awful, to use a PR term.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those deals where you have a pretty terrible season, you get a bowl game, but then you mess that up with a brawl at the end. So it's kind of like,
Yep.
all right, Mizzou, what do you got for Mizzou?
For Mizzou, I really had to stretch the old brain a little bit for this. So I'm giving Mizzou the Dewey Decimal Juice Box Memorial Award because Coach Drinky turned Missouri into a decent team, and they went 5-5. So they get their juice boxes. They get to get back on the cliche machine, and we'll see how things go for Missouri next
Toughness Tuesday, Matt.
Toughness Tuesday. Stop it, Coach Drinky.
Matt, I feel like I'm going to have to get you like a tumbler with Eli Drinkwood's face on it that says Coach Drinky.
Please don't. I will throw that. I will take that to the Goodwill the day after you give it to me. I do not want that. But I don't want that voodoo. I don't want to see that guy. If you're a Missouri fan watching this, I'm sorry, but no, thank you.
You know what? I can't wait for more cliches next year. I mean, that clip that I put together is going to be like 5 minutes long before it's all said and done. All right. Ole Miss, Matt, what do you got?
Ooh, Ole Miss. Listen, Ole Miss came out the gate. They looked pretty good. I don't remember what their exact record was, but they definitely showed some improvement under Lane Kiffin, especially offensively. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, knowing the things that I know about the SEC and how things sometimes turn out, looking at you, Tennessee, I'm going to give Ole Miss the highest potential to being put under double secret probation award because Lane, Joey Freshwater is kind of sketchy. We'll see how that goes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And then finally, Tennessee.
For Tennessee, I'm doing the What's That award.
What are
because
those?
that's what Coach Pruitt said when he saw asparagus for the first time in his life. And let's be honest, Tennessee season was definitely a what is that? Because that's you look at the season top to bottom, it was a constant case of what is going on, what's happening. I don't understand anything about Tennessee football. And even now we're in limbo with things because apparently there's some recruiting violations that have come to light, and Coach Pruitt's seat's apparently the surface of the sun. So things are great on Rocky Top once again.
Yeah, I did hear Feinbaum said in his show the other day that it's increasingly looking unlikely like he will be there next year, which I don't know.
Saw that. When Paul says it.
Yeah.
When Paul's talking about it, then they're all in trouble. And to be completely honest with you, even if they do end up getting rid of Jeremy Pruitt, if they go hire Hugh Freeze, I'm just like, ugh.
Well, that's the thing. If you get rid of Pruitt, you have to have a huge name. You can't just get rid of him. I don't think.
Well, what coach wants to go there after all the coaching?
And that's another thing too. Yeah.
I have a candidate in mind if things go that route. He's currently the head coach at a little school in Arkansas. You've probably heard of him.
Butch Jones,
Arkansas State. Yeah, I'm gonna say that Tennessee needs to reach out and bring Butch home. I really think it's time for Butch to come back.
He went through the Nick Saban rehab.
I can't believe you even said that.
He has been fixed.
I know, but just knowing the way that usually if you're like, in the middle of taking a drink and I mentioned Butch Jones's name, you almost choke to death. So just the fact that you said that,
saying an expletive.
So, yeah. By the way,
I'm just going to throw that out there. I think Butch Jones is a horrible human being and needs to not be anywhere near anything in the SEC ever again. And I hope he
just won a national championship.
I was kidding. No, he didn't win a national championship. He's an analyst. He had nothing to do with it. He could smoke his Alabama cigar.
By the way, they were talking about him on Twitter like a ton last night. Is there any other assistant coach in the game who manages to find the main camera, like Butch does? He always finds the camera somehow. Like how?
No.
But yeah,
I feel like we see him more than Nick Saban.
it's
on the
crazy.
sidelines.
It's like he always positions himself around something big
I
happening.
will tell you why he always ends up on TV, because somebody at ESPN, I don't know if there's a higher up somewhere, but that son of a gun hates Tennessee. And so every opportunity they get, they're going to find a little way just to stab that needle in just a little bit further. And it's every single season.
Yeah.
Bitch Jones
It's
is
the same-
like whatever kid, I don't know if it was Trevor Lawrence's little sister or who it was that was sitting behind him at the Heisman, who was just like, like just trying to get on camera the whole time.
That's hilarious.
Awful. Just awful.
All right. So South Carolina, I gave them the nicest personality superlative. And I don't know if anybody at South Carolina has a nice personality or not, but you know how in high school you have like the person who doesn't really have anything else going for them, academically, athletically, anything else. And so they just get the nice personality award. They're nice. And they're the ones who they hand their yearbook to a girl and she writes, "Stay sweet, have a good summer." And that's that type of person. So we'll see. We'll see what happens in this year, the first year of Beamer. But for now, they got the nicest personality. So
Beamer ball back in Carolina. That's going to be interesting.
That's it. A&M, Texas A&M, most likely to have quarterback behavioral issues. Not killing Mont. Now, to get to his credit, he behaved himself. Good. But we all know how quarterbacks go with Jimbo. Secure your crab legs at Publix. So
they go to jail.
Yeah, it's true.
Right to jail.
Vanderbilt.
You go right to jail.
Vanderbilt gets the most.
TikTok. Come on.
I got it. I don't know. I was just going with it. I haven't seen that particular one, but I do get sent TikToks regularly though. So
you too, by my parents.
Yeah. Oh wow. There you go.
Well, that's odd. Okay.
I know. My parents and my sister have TikToks, and I get sent TikToks, and I don't have it.
I know your sister. I can see that, but your parents, that'd be like my mom sending me a TikTok, and I'd be like, first off, how did you find this? Second off, how did you figure out how to send it to me? And hi, Mom.
Exactly.
And third off, I just like, what? That's so random.
I look at my dad, and he's like over there on his phone. I'm like, are you TikToking? Are you?
Are you on the TikToker?
Are you on the TikTok? And he's just like over there watching like French bulldog videos. I don't know.
That's Wes. When you did that, it sounded like George Bush. Can you imagine George Bush on TikTok?
If George Bush has a TikTok, I will get a TikTok just to watch.
He walks over to Lori. He's like, "Hey, honey, look, I got the TikToker. Look at this.
I'm a decider.
I posted one.
I'm an influencer, honey. So
I want to watch. Oh my God. As soon as we get off of this, I'm going to look up if George W. Bush has a TikTok.
He's on Instagram.
TikTok.
He's on Instagram. So yeah.
Oh, I may have to go give him a
he is.
Right.
We don't know who runs his Instagram.
His people post it. So and I think most of it is like paintings that he does and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So all right, Vanderbilt gets the most likely to succeed, which should come as no surprise because you have to go to Vanderbilt
in their careers.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I mean, in life, because you know, there's more to life than football. So
we're champions of life. Yeah.
Right.
Hey, stop that. We do not use that terminology anymore. We don't use that. We don't use brick by brick. We don't. What's the other stupid thing he said? That's what Drinky is. He's Butch version 2.0.
Well,
get it together, Matt. Get it together.
I haven't heard if one of them had an injury by falling on a helmet or not, but that's another.
Oh no, we had that happen too.
I know that's what I'm referencing. All right. Finally, we have Georgia, and obviously they're the biggest flirt because every year. It looks so promising, and they flirt with success, but they're actually Molly Hatchet and flirting with disaster. So, thank you for that. That was great, actually. So,
yeah,
I don't get it.
But
because you're 10.
In fairness,
flirting with disaster. Come on, Jesse.
I was born in '93. I don't know what to tell you.
Well,
I was born in '84. I'm right ahead. I'm like right behind you.
Truthfully, the main reason I know that song is because of Rock Band. So, as I could say about a lot of
Oh.
songs. So, and and if you sing it, you have to do it in that voice. And so,
Yeah.
Ooh, don't
all
love
right.
that.
Well, that does it for our Just for Fun segment. And in this episode, our national championship edition of Pigskins and Pageantry.